little more light back there. Just like that.
I'm fine, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Many of you would have heard about natural disasters occurring in the past, and perhaps seen them on the news too. One of these natural disasters was the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, which took place on the 26th of December 2004. This tsunami was the result of an earthquake that started in Southeast Asia but spread all the way to Africa, affecting countries such as India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand on the way. The tsunami had a profound impact on the local population of Thailand, and my speech is going to talk about the effects that was. The first impact that the tsunami had on the local population of Thailand was the well-being of Thais. Merlin, Scholz, and Porter, for example, say that in the tsunami, 2,059 Thais were killed, 6,065 Thais were injured, and 1,921 Thais were missing. According to the website travelphuket.com, I quote, "It's suspected that the high-rise concrete hotels at the key tourist locations in Phuket helped save a number of lives, while the low bungalows of Khao Lak couldn't withstand the angry waters." Now, presumably, a lot of locals would be residing in such bungalows, and that could be the reason why a lot of them perished in this disaster. Here is a picture of the impact of the tsunami in Thailand. As you can see, there's a lot of destruction indicated by this picture. In addition, Merlin, Scholz, and Porter also say that there was a lot of psychological impact on the population of Thailand because of the tsunami. For example, children lost their parents while schools and houses were destroyed. Also, fishing equipment belonging to many fishermen were lost in this disaster. The second impact that the tsunami had on the local population of Thailand was that it impacted the economy. The Asian Development Bank Institute says that the tsunami impacted both tourism and fishing, two very important commercial activities in Thailand. Merlin, Scholz, and Porter say, I quote, "The economic impact of the tsunami was hardest on people in 6 provinces, as tourism and fishing, the main revenue sources, were severely affected." Now, some of these provinces are very popular locations in Thailand, such as Phuket and Krabi, and tourism is very popular here. Naturally, when the tsunami hit it, apart from the loss of lives of tourists, there was also the loss of life of locals, and tourism was hence very severely impacted. I, for one, was in Phuket just 2 days before the tsunami, and I could see a lot of tourists over there. Apart from this, the infrastructure of Thailand was also severely affected by the tsunami. Roads, bridges, power, electricity was all affected. According to the Asian Disaster Preparedness Center, roads and bridges had actually collapsed in Thailand because of the tsunami. In addition, a lot of livestock farmers and fishermen lost their crops and their livestock, hence impacting around 1,200 farmer families. This is a picture taken by Longstreet for the Seattle Times. According to this picture, I quote, "The Thai police boat was swept more than a mile inland in Khao Lak, Thailand during the December 26, 2004 tsunami and has become an yearly anniversary memorial site." The third impact that the tsunami had on the local population of Thailand was that it was the more indirect effects, the ones you generally don't hear about. According to the World Health Organization, indirect effects of tsunamis in general could be described as, I quote, "impact on the health infrastructures and all lifeline systems." Indeed, there were a few indirect effects of the tsunami, of this particular tsunami too. The Daily Mail, a British newspaper, for example, gives examples of a lot of chaos just a few months back when there was an earthquake in Indonesia which triggered a tsunami warning in Thailand. The BBC, on the other hand, gives an example of how the Thai survivors of the disaster would often have images of, or would often hear people who perished in the tsunami. For example, a security guard left his job at a hotel because he could hear the noise of a woman who was not a Thai who was killed in the disaster. People could also hear about people they knew who perished in this disaster on the phone when no such thing happened. The doctors said that this was a sign of post-traumatic stress disorder. The fourth impact that the tsunami had on the local population of Thailand was that it affected the internal domestic condition of Thailand. Thailand is a majority Buddhist country, with the southern part of Thailand being majority Muslim. The Muslim population has complained of economic problems and education as problems, and there's also a separatist movement that has arisen in the southern part. T-Link, for example, says, I quote, "The sudden destruction of fishing boats, coral reefs and homes destroyed livelihoods and left many Thai Muslims homeless. This worsened the Muslim-Buddhist conflict in Thailand, and out-of-work Muslims resorted to violence in order to have their concerns heard by the government. Since this impacted a particular group, they resorted to violence, and hence this can be described as an effect that the tsunami had on the local population of Thais." In conclusion, I have been able to demonstrate what were the impacts of the tsunami on the local population of Thais. First, the tsunami impacted the well-being of Thais. Second, it impacted the economy. Third, there were also a few indirect effects because of the tsunami. And fourth, it led to the worsening of a conflict that already exists. One can only hope that such disasters do not occur in the future, as they lead to a lot of problems. Thank you.